Nostalgia is a very heartwarming word to describe the memories and happy times from the past within growing up during early years of childhood. Mostly these memories are thought of when looking back at activities during nurseries, primary schools, or even family day outs or special events that happen. These are kept as special memories to live with people throughout their entire lives and can mean quite a lot to them. So today, I want to look over some of my own personal childhood memories, the many activities, and the moments I specifically remember having during school and primary, and also looking at some of the stuff I had grown up with as well. Education City was a public online educational resource website aimed towards primary school children between the ages 3 to 12 in the United Kingdom. It had interactive 2D animated games, activities, and assessments based around subjects like maths, English, science, computing, and different languages. It was seen to be a handy tool for children to use in schools, but also could be used at home as well. The site was first founded in 1989 and had ran its course across the early 2000s all the way up until, last year, where its parent company, Edmonton, had decided to discontinue the site as of August 2025. I remember before lunchtimes, we would always spend an hour sitting around the whiteboard on Education City listening to the game's nursery rhymes, especially remembering the 10 fat sausages sizzling in a pan song and the hot cross bun song. Those were immediately the first two things that remind me of Education City. There was also a few characters that were a part of the website, though their names are a rarity to remember since it being that long ago. Out of all the characters, I think though, I remember mostly the blonde kid who usually wore green, and another kid who wore red all the time with a red cap. I also remember getting to go up and tap the screen to press the yes or no buttons. In primary school, I remember we had these Bee-Bot toys, which were designed to help kids learn all about navigation. I was always making Y1 do 360 spins and land up bumping it into corners all the time, looking online at them and they're over £70. Are you taking the actual piss? There were also these Melissa and Doug puppets, or as most people would likely know them as Brooklyn Guy from SML. And obviously, since there was a builder one and a firefighter one, I always pretended they were Bob the Builder and Fireman Sam. But for the police puppet, I used to pretend it was Postman Pat. And why? Because John me at the time wasn't aware of what the police was, and since the puppet had a blue hat and Postman Pat has a blue hat, I just considered it was him. I also remember we had this wooden fire station place set in nursery, with a fire engine and some wooden firefighters. I considered making Fireman Sam stories using them. One weird memory I recall is when we went on a class walk outside, we took for whatever reason this huge Bob the Builder doll with us. And we were singing Following the Leader, I believe. I mean, he is the leader of a construction crew, so it makes sense. And my god, every day in nursery we'd get read a Postman Pat or Thomas the Tank Engine book, and I loved it. Alongside we'd read other books like Spot the Dog, Elmer and the Patchwork Elephant, and The Magic Key, or as we called them, Biff and Chip books. When I left nursery, I had this book and it was full of photos from my time there, and below each photo there was a piece of writing to go with the pictures, and one said, Paul's top 3 favourite shows include Thomas the Tank Engine, Postman Pat, and the Teletubbies. Wait, what? Now, it's clear that I do like the Teletubbies, but I never recall considering it to be in my top 3 list. I mean, yeah, I had a playset of it and I had the Tubby house and some cuddle toys too. But it was never above, let's say, like Fireman Sam or Bob the Builder for me. But then I did have a mixture of favourite shows back then. I dressed up as Postman Pat once in primary, and I even had a Thomas the Tank Engine fancy suit I used to wear around sometimes. This is also just a complete random memory, but one day in PE I actually fell off, you know those huge climbing frames they used to have? And when I was waiting to be picked up by my parents, my teachers printed off a blue colouring sheet for me. I remember me and my family went on holiday to Butlins once, and there was this arcade place full of games, and one of them was a Fireman Sam water shoot game where you had to put outhouses on fire. Though I can't find any images of it online, but I do remember it having a picture of the Series 5 crew and Jupiter with the classic Fireman Sam theme song playing. I also recall riding many of these coin-operated kiddie ride machines, like the Fireman Sam one itself, Noddy, the Tweenies, Teletubbies, Postman Pat, Bob the Builder, Barney the Dinosaur, Rory the Racing Car, Lunar Jim, Thomas, and quite a few more. My dad used to work at a charity shop as a cleaner, and he used to bring me back a lot of toys and DVDs from the Magic Bucket, as he used to call it. When I was much older, he told me that they were actually just donations that shops wouldn't consider taking in. So thanks to my dad, I had the following: Thomas and Friends, a complete series 2, Fireman Sam, Let It Snow, Bob the Builder, Speedy Skip, Balamori, Seeking Santa, Rory the Racing Car, Rory's First Day, and Big Cook Little Cook, Fairy Tale Feast, all on DVD, which then led me to collect more and more shows on physical media, building up my endless DVD collection. I also remember having Underground Ernie and Fireman Sam clothing I wore when I was younger, which was quite cute. One of my birthdays at primary school, I actually had a Thomas cake which looked so cool. Then this other birthday, I remember I got a Fireman Sam DVD alongside some Spider-Man cartoon DVDs. Yeah, I don't know why, because I was never really fond of Spider-Man as a kid. I loved watching all those hit children's favourite compilation DVDs. I did watch most of the shows on it, though I wasn't very keen on watching Barney, could never sit through that, nor the Wiggles. Not because they were bad or anything, just I assume I was more into animation shows rather than live action ones. I also remember buying the treat-sized Fireman Sam DVDs from Poundland. I also played around with my Postman Pat and Fireman Sam toys too. I would buy them at Toys R Us, whilst also looking in the Thomas section and buying some Thomas stuff as well. There was another show out of all these though that I was hugely obsessed with, that being The Octonauts. Yeah, I was in love with this show. I've seen all the episodes over and over again, I loved all the characters, I played games on the CBeebies website along with the Big and Small game. I even collected all the toys from Toys R Us, and I still own them to this very day. I was an Octonauts whiz kid. I would watch it every day before getting on my bus to school. Every time my parents surprised me with the toys or I bought them myself. It made me so happy, and it was a really huge and a big chunk of my life knowing all the trivia and facts from the show. I was just madly obsessed with the series, but I haven't watched it in a long shot, but I still remember it pretty well. But my favourite was always watching this one specific show on CITV, and I think you all know where I'm going with this. Sooty! I was glued to that screen every time my mum would put on an episode of the Sooty Show. I would be on my sofa immediately happy watching all the same episodes over and over again, to the point I would just be in my Sooty craze phase, and I still am to this very day since I love the little bear. And, you know, it's just a big comfort to me, and the day I got my own Sooty and Sweet puppets, I was living a dream. God, I need to make a huge video going over Sooty at some point. I love the franchise to death. And also, another big thing as well that I completely forgotten to mention. Peter Kay's animated All-Star Band. Now, I've done a review video on this, you can check it out, it's on my channel. It's not a long video, I think it's only 7 minutes long, but man, this crossover with all these classic CBeebies, CITV, Channel 5 Milkshake, Nick Jr. shows, all these different programs all together in one big scene and big crossover, especially my 3 all-time heroes, Bob the Builder, Fireman Sam and Postman Pat, all sharing the same screen together. This music video was a comfort zone for me. Every time I was upset or I had a glum day, I would always put this on and it would generally brighten up my mood. It would make me really happy. I love Tub Thumping, I love Hey Jude, I'm actually named after Paul McCartney. I love everything about this music video, and it just brings back that word, nostalgia. I recommend you check it out. It is really a big comfort. It is a really great music video, and it just brings back a happy place, a happy spot. It cheers you on, and you'll get a nostalgia hit of childhood memories from it, honestly. And all the stuff I've spoken today is about nostalgia, and nostalgia is a very good and happy thing. It brings back memories to a happy time where you can have fun and you can create special memories that will live with you forever. If you have any memories from your childhood or similar memories from your childhood compared to mine, please let me know down in the comments. This video was a lot of fun to make, a lot of personal memories, a lot of funny memories, and just looking back at this is bringing me back to such a joy of childhood memories. And I'm very happy that I'm able to do this video. And I'm very happy because I now have this new microphone, so I'm now able to start recording videos like way better, because my old mic was very just not perfect, and this new one I just got recently, it is really good for making videos now. Anyways, like I've said, this video was a lot of fun to do. Feel free to share your childhood memories with me down in the comments, and I hope some of the things I have brought up to you today, whether they've been forgotten or in current years been recognised, I hope they bring back a sense of happiness to you, because they certainly have for me. Anyways, thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.